And now for the big don't, because there's only one don't in the whole of this video, and that is Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if it's the first time you have popped onto my channel, hi and welcome. I am Nin, and on this channel you will find lots of tricks, tips and advice based on all things lifestyle, parenting and relationships. And for today's video I thought I'd wear my Disney t-shirt because there is nothing more fitting than to symbolise a happy ever after, romance and pure love than Disney. Today I'm going to kick off with some fantastic news. My friend has announced she's just got engaged. Yay! She's just had a lockdown engagement and she rang me to say, look Min, I've just got engaged and I need your help planning the wedding. And not because I am a wedding planner, but simply because I have been there myself. I have planned a DIY wedding. I have been a DIY bride. So she felt like she wanted to just use some of my expertise, use some of my knowledge in order to help her with this really exciting process that she's about to undertake. So I'm going to share some of those tips, tricks and advice that I gave to her with you today. So get comfy, pop that cork, pour yourself a glass of wine and grab that beer, because you are not going to want to miss all the information that I'm going to share within this video. This is the 10 do's and the 1 don't you do not want to miss. Before I get too stuck into the nitty gritty, you must always remember throughout the whole of this process, it must be exciting. You know, this is going to be the one time you are going to get to plan your own wedding. So make sure you do enjoy every single step of the way. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get overwhelmed, you're not going to find things daunting or quite difficult. But hopefully after my video today, all those things will go away, because I have got the 10 do's and the 1 don't in order to make your planning much easier to the day you say, I do. Number 1, set yourself a budget and stick to it. This is going to be the driving force of all the decisions that you make for your wedding. And if you've got family that are helping you, for example, your parents, then you need to have a conversation with them as to how much they're able to help you with throughout your wedding. But ultimately, this is your wedding. So it's your budgeting that needs to come into play. And you also might get a little bit of a reality check. And you might need to reel in some of the ideas that you've got, because we all get this idea of having this amazing, fantastic, extravagant wedding, and your wedding will still be amazing, fantastic and extravagant, but it'll be within your means as well, without breaking the bank and without totally emptying your pockets. But what I would say with your budget is always keep a little buffer. Keep about 10% to one side of your budget for the oh gosh, what did we have? We had those necessities, those things that we hadn't quite planned for, things that maybe were a little bit more expensive than we actually realised, little extras that we wanted towards the big day. So keep that 10% of your savings to one side in order then to allocate that to all of the things that you might want later on down the line as well. Number 2, prioritise your people. This is your wedding, not your parents' wedding. And something that I was really looking for when it came to my wedding was the fact that the guest list was pretty much structured between myself and my husband. And so what we were able to do is my husband and I were able to tier the importance of the people that we wanted. So the top tier were family, our immediate family, our parents, grandparents, our siblings, their partners, their kids. That's your immediate family. We also added onto there as well our bridal party, so the people that we really needed at our wedding and really wanted at our wedding as well. And also our best friends, because no wedding is going to be as joyful than if you don't have your best friends there. Then level it down again to your extended family, so your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. You might have some other distant relatives. You might have some friends there that you might want. And then you can lower it down again to your parents' friends, co-workers, neighbours. Okay, so really tier the importance of your guest list. Prioritise them so that if ever you need to make any cuts, you start from the bottom. Because even though everyone's important, they are the lowest priority in the grand scheme of things in terms of how important they are to you and your spouse. Number 3, talk to other married couples. Now, my friend came to me, as you know, she's got engaged, and she came to me because she wanted some advice, and I was honoured, I was thrilled, but also I was able to give her some truths about the process, a reality check, in order to give her that moral support in areas that she might not get it anywhere else. So really invest some time within other couples to really get the truth about wedding planning. Number 4, get organised. Checklists, spreadsheets for thoughts, for budgets, for money, for outgoings, for to-do lists. Everything you need to do for your wedding should be written down, and you should start early with that as well, because that'll take some of the stress away of the planning. If you've got a list with everything on it, A, you won't forget anything, and B, it'll be almost therapeutic when you start ticking some of those things off. So get that checklist, get that to-do list, and start ticking away and start taking those deep breaths and feeling better about this whole planning process. Number 5, select a theme for your wedding. Now you might think, well, why do I need a theme? You know, it's not fancy dress. A theme doesn't mean fancy dress. It doesn't always mean something really extravagant. It can be the simplest things of a colour scheme. It can be a style that you're hoping for. It could be a design that you're looking to drive through the whole of your wedding. So find your theme, find the core of your wedding, because that would really help with all the other decisions that you need to make, because it'll always come to the heart of your wedding, which is the theme. And one thing that I really enjoyed whilst I was planning my wedding was Pinterest. So go onto Pinterest or some other social media thing where you can really pull loads of ideas on weddings, on colour schemes, on rings, on centerpieces. You know, you've got a whole avenue of choice out there, and it might just inspire you with some of your planning as well. Number 6, book hotel blocks. Now, that isn't for you guys, this is for your guests. Now, this will be really appreciated by your guests as well, because some people from your wedding may be travelling from afar. And what I did is, because my husband and I got married in Yorkshire, quite a lot of our friends and family were travelling from down south up on the day. And in order for them to fully enjoy the whole wedding, I didn't want them then going back and having to travel back. So what I did is I sourced out local hotels in the area of where our reception was taking place for our guests to stay. And sometimes you can get discounts on these hotels as well. So it's something to really look into. So send out with your RSVPs how many would need to stop overnight. And then from there, what you can do is then source around some hotels, figure out some prices, and it will be really helpful for your guests, and they will really, really appreciate it as well. Number 7, understand what you don't want. You know, everything is all about, well, I would like this and I would like that. You equally need to know what you don't want. What do you want to avoid when it comes to your wedding? And sometimes that comes to traditions. Traditions are lovely, but only when they're meaningful to you and your partner. So really think about, are there some traditions that you want to let go? Is there something that your partner wants to do that you're going to honour in respect? Or is there something that your parents want you to do that you don't quite agree with, or you or your partner don't want to do at all? Then that's a conversation you need to have with them, because ultimately this is your wedding day. It's got to be a day that you love from start to finish. It's got to be the day that you've always dreamed for and that you hoped for and that you've worked for as well. So really understand the things that you don't want to include within your wedding day as well, because that will equally make it very special. Number 8, don't be afraid to postpone your honeymoon plans. Planning a wedding is such a mammoth task anyway. Trying to then plan a honeymoon at the same time not only can add added stress, but also added financial stress as well. And what would be nicer then having your wedding, really being able to soak up that moment, really enjoy the days after as well, and having then a honeymoon to look forward to a few months later, or 6 months later, or a year later. It's something else to look forward to, and that way you're able to differentiate between the events. You're not having to save for everything all in one go, and you've got something else to look forward to in the future. Number 9, build a playlist. It's all good and well focusing on the actual ceremony itself, but let's not kid ourselves. The ceremony is lovely, it's what's needed, it's what makes it legal. But ultimately, everyone's only bothered about the party, the food, and the drink. So make sure you've got a solid playlist at your wedding. So spend some time, you and your partner, going through the music that you really want playing, whether it's a band and you want requests for them to play, whether it's a DJ, it doesn't matter. You still can have a playlist of songs that you definitely want to hear on your wedding day, and equally songs that you want to avoid as well. We all have that one song that comes on and we think, oh God, I hate this song. You do not want that moment on your wedding day. So make a list of the songs you do want, and definitely make a list of the songs that you don't want to hear. Number 10, create a schedule for the day. In other words, order of events. Now, I can be slightly Monica-like from Friends, and I need to be super organised, super on point, because that helps me feel in control and also less stressed, because I know exactly what's happening at what time. I love routine and I love structure. And that is no different when it came to my wedding day as well. So I had an order of events, but that was so good because everybody knew what was going to happen and when it was going to happen. So we were all working from the same page, and that allowed the wedding to run smoothly. It allowed everyone to arrive on time, because don't forget, we had quite a lot of people traveling from the south up to the north as well. And it also allowed us to not worry about gathering people here, there and everywhere, because everyone knew exactly where they needed to be and when. So take some time to create that order of events for your wedding day. And now for the big don't, because there's only one don't in the whole of this video, and that is, don't forget your fiance. Brides, if you are watching this and you are planning everything yourself, brilliant, but you are not super bride, and you are not the only one that's going to experience this wedding. So really involve your fiance. It is their wedding too. Don't forget their needs, don't forget their wants. How does your future husband wish his wedding to look like? What are the guys going to wear? What are the groomsmen going to wear? How is that going to complement you and your dress and your bridesmaids? So do not forget the fiance in all of this lovely wedding planning. He is 50% of this partnership, so he should be 50% part of the planning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this and you are engaged, congratulations. I am so happy for you, and I wish you long time happiness and success, and I hope that my 10 do's and the 1 don't will ease the stress, the pressure and the difficult times that you may endure within this wedding planning. But guys, I have been overwhelmed with the positivity that you've been sharing with my videos, and if you've got any suggestions or anything that you'd like me to touch upon, then please feel free to write in the comments below and I will respond to you. But any links to any websites or any apps that I feel will be useful for your wedding planning will also be in the description below. So check it out, please. But I really appreciate you taking the time out on this video with me today. Always remember, my videos are released every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 PM GMT time. So don't forget. But if you liked it, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe below. Thank you so much for taking the time out on this video. I hope you found it helpful. Best of luck if you are getting married soon, and I wish you all the happiness in the world. And thank you once again. Take care, guys. Bye.